Greetings to you, our wonderful viewers. We don't come again, yes, for another episode of Sports Busstop. My name is Edafe, Dmouthpiece. I want to thank our wonderful sponsors, Gas and OR Restaurant, for always coming through for us. Yes, this particular episode, I know they alone. The lady who day here with me, she understands sports. She knows the nitty-gritty. Hey, and I'm also in English. She understands sports very well. Yes, she did touch them, she did tear them, she did pipe everything about sports. Ladies and gentlemen, our fantastic viewers, Sports Talkative!
Hello, guys. Welcome back to another wonderful episode.
I want to say I won't vandalize you the way then. You know, say now everything now for sports, not the vandalize.
Oh, yes. So,
but it's wrong.
It's wrong. I mean, if you want to show your grievances, there's a way you show your grievance, right? We are talking about KANOPILLARS,
exactly.
KANOPILLARS FC for the vandalizing of the boss of Katsina FC.
And what they did to the referee.
They did to the ref. Actually, this is not the first time KANOPILLARS fans are doing this. This happened in 2021. This happened late 2022 too. So I don't understand. Games, the last time it was Nasarawa United. And the referee also was judged badly. They had to stitch him up and give him treatment.
I think maybe they feel that the ref are being biased. That is what some of these fans feel. You know, over time, most of the PFL games, it is said to be that most of the home games, they don't lose most of the home games.
And it doesn't matter, you don't lose most of the home games. You should know that football is a game of win or lose, and it can be unpredictable. So I don't understand why KANOPILLARS fans. I mean, when I saw the video of the fans trooping into the feed, and I was like, "Oh my God, what is going on?" And they overpowered the security forces there that day, and it was really, it was hurting, and that just puts a bad name to the NPFL. I mean, it gives the NFF and the Nigerian League generally a bad reputation.
The general manager
and a
of
bad
KANOPILLARS, that is Ahmed Musa. He gave a statement. I think you should read that.
Yes. So Ahmed Musa released an official statement. I mean, I saw it on Twitter and I was like, oh, wow. But he's the general manager, so he has to bear the brunt. Not forgetting that he was fined 9.5 million naira by the NFF. Aside KANOPILLARS, Ahmed Musa was fined 9.5 million naira. Apart from that, the stadium has been closed off for 10 home matches, and their fans too have been banished. No, this is the NFF verdict. Actually, I mean, it's disheartening to see that fans just do this. I mean, Nigeria needs to be very professional. Anything can happen in Nigeria. So this is the official statement by Ahmed Musa. He said, I, Ahmed Musa, the general manager of KANOPILLARS Football Club, extend my deepest and most sincere apologies for the unfortunate, painful, and disgraceful incident that occurred during our game against Shooting Stars Sports Club on Sunday evening. So he went on to say that I tender an unreserved apology to the players, coaches, officials, and supporters of Shooting Stars Sports Club, to the match referees and league officials who were caught in this terrible situation, to the Nigeria Premier Football League Board and its partners at GTI, to the league organizers, and to every football fan across Nigeria and beyond who watched these scenes with anger, shock, and disappointment. I know how painful it must have been to witness something so damaging to our game, and I am deeply sorry. We understand that apologies alone are not enough. Words must be followed by action. We will take a huge step internally to ensure that something like this never happens again.
And they really need to take a huge step. It is so sad that the security personnel there, they were even overpowered.
No, I mean, if now you be mad, speak pidgin English. If now you be security
you go run everywhere now.
You see like 50 people, they run, come meet only you. You no go run. And this time, they are not even coming unarmed somewhere holding sticks, bottles. I mean, I saw a video. I saw one was holding dagger. Like, what is a dagger doing in a stadium?
Were they not searched on their way inside the stadium?
That's another thing I think the NPFL needs to look into. I mean, I think it's high time we put on high security levels in our stadiums where metal detectors, right?
And if one or two persons were caught in that act,
they need to be arrested.
Exactly.
Arrested and detained. Arrested and detained, or if possible, be fined. Because it's very disheartening to see that this has been happening over and over again. Apart from KANOPILLARS, we saw something like this happen in Jos Plateau State 2 years back. And I mean, I think fans need to understand that football is not just something you predict and expect that it will go your way. Anything can happen in football.
Until after the 90 minutes, that is when you can say this is the winner or this is the loser or the game ended in the draw.
So I don't understand whether they're expecting that juju they play the ball. Whether they're not saying a tactical plan that they use, I don't understand. But anyways, thank you to Ahmed Musa for releasing that statement. And to KANOPILLARS for taking responsibilities, and to the NFF for swift action. We appreciate them for the swift action and for their verdict anyway. But we just feel that finding the club is not enough. There should be measures put in place.
So things like this will not happen again.
I saw an international sports channel talking about it. I was like, hey, Nigeria don't reach here.
We always put ourselves every time for ground.
Anyways, it is what it is in football. It's not only in the EPFL it happens. It has happened in other leagues.
Even in Europe it has happened.
Have you forgotten that one in France? Exactly. Let's not talk about it anyway.
Now, the previous episode, you were not around. Now, I gave predictions on the game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and Lesotho that ended in favor of the Super Eagles, 2-1 in South Africa.
Yeah.
Now, that particular game, I expected more goals. The Super Eagles, they played, first half was a goalless draw. They didn't play like they were hungry. They didn't play like the wounded lions.
Bro, man, you speaking in, bro. Now, what for you? What were you expecting? I mean, these players most times, right? They play because they love their country.
Exactly. They put in their money. They put in their
money too, their time, their energy, their personality. But what will you do if you play for a country where they don't really value your patriotism?
Exactly. You get injured.
They get to treat themselves. Or they take the injury back to their club and the club has to foot the bill and it becomes a huge problem for them.
They put you in the bench and it becomes a problem for you.
But that Nigeria-Lesotho match, right? First of all, I want to say big ups to Victor Osimhen. Osimhen literally carried...
Baba!
No. I saw online where people were talking about Victor Osimhen that he does not have a right to rant, he played trash and all that. But if you watch the match, you will see that Osimhen literally carried the Super Eagles on his shoulders.
Do you know in every game the Super Eagles plays, if Osimhen is not scoring in that game, if Osimhen doesn't have an assist in that game, you see the push from the first to the 90th minute or whenever the coach decides to bring him out of the game. You see this energy, you see this zeal as a patriotic Nigerian, as a super, he has this winning mentality. He doesn't want to lose. Whenever the Super Eagles loses the game, loses the ball rather, you see him telling the midfielders to push forward. And I was not impressed with what the safe hands did. That is our goalkeeper, Stanley Wabali.
But really,
he made a blunder and he wanted to do another blunder towards the end of the game.
I mean, you caught the ball already, right? Like, it's okay if you make the mistake once, but making it twice is a problem. I mean, Nwabali was not like this when he came into the Super Eagles. He was very phenomenal.
He forgets Nigeria with a quick hit person.
I know saying overconfidence now, but he should calm down. He should be calm, right? He should do things slow and steady. This just reminds me of the likes of Vincent Iyama and Dele Anugba. They were always calm. Their head was in the game. Exactly. So I think Nwabali needs to put his head in the game and just know that he's the commander-in-chief of his territory. Like, yes. he should be calm and be able to predict the positioning of his opponents and know where they are shooting the ball to and when they are going to shoot the ball.
Most importantly, having a great communication with your defenders. You can be coming out of your post inside the 18-yard box without communication with your goalkeeper. And what if the defender chooses to give a back pass?
Like the one that happened in Nigeria Bafana match where Trustekon tried to defend the ball and he scored. if you remember that last match.
Exactly.
But anyways,
we think the Super Eagles can do better. They've been doing it, and we think they can do better.
But I think Eric Chell needs to ginger the players and motivate them more in the dressing room before they come out for the match today.
Now, I said something on the last episode. I don't know if sometimes these coaches are scared of talking to these boys. Because you know, our boys, most of them, in fact, 90% of them plays in Europe. They get money. They are being paid well. Is it that you cannot talk to these players and they listen to you? If they don't listen to you, you put that person.
No, it's not a matter of listening. They can listen to their coach, right? But I just think it's an overall situation of how the country treats them. Imagine coming back to Nigeria from South Africa after the Lesotho game, and their plane was forced to make an emergency landing because the windshield or the windscreen of the plane cracked. Like, is it that the NFL did not put in more or proper effort? So imagine that happening 2 days ago.
Exactly.
Like 2-3 days ago. And they still have this trauma and this mindset. It's going to be very difficult to just put your head there and say, this country, why they play for? They not even care about this. So why I go die about this country? So I think that was what they put up in the last match against Lesotho. Because Nigeria were just playing like they were not losing the game initially.
True.
They were playing as though they were not losing the game, like nothing was happening. I saw Ademola Lookman strolling in the field. Even I said my Spanish. Like, I was like, what is going on? There was no zeal, there was no vibe, there was no motivation.
That zeal only comes, I keep on saying it, that zeal only comes from Victor Osimhen.
Osimhen was angry after the match. Like, Osimhen was angry. Yes, Kevin Bassey.
You see them putting 100% energy in the, like, if they are contesting for a ball, you see the power, you see the fight, regardless of if they will be injured. They don't care about that, but you see this in them.
But I just feel that the NFF needs to do better. Nigeria needs to do better. And the fans as well, you all need to do better them, because after that Lesotho match, God, you should see the comments online.
Yes,
they were just bashing Osimhen, bashing the players on Twitter. And I was like, you never kicked ball before.
Wait, say Nigerians, we know that with a quick like person, with a dislike person. So if you make any small mistake, we don't care.
But they should know that they are humans, so they are not robots. Okay, so let's just hope that.
I think some of them, why some of these fans, why they get agitated or why they get too angry, now the ones who they play things. You understand?
And today, if you not play things, if you bet with a team, just hope that you can win it or you can lose it. Don't be angry.
It's a 50-50.
Nobody force you, you put that. Nobody put a gun to your head to do that. Okay, so whatever it is, you do. But then again, Ghana, they have qualified.
Done and dusted.
Then Cape Verde qualified for the first time. This is their first ever World Cup appearance.
And they qualified.
Yes.
And the giant
of Africa
they are struggling.
But then again, kudos to Tunisia for an unbeaten run for the World Cup qualifiers. 19 goals.
Tunisia. Unbeaten.
And they qualified like it was so easy for them to qualify.
Congratulations to all the teams that have qualified. And
for the
those
World
that are
Cup.
yet to qualify, congratulations to them.
Yes, you qualify or you not qualify. Even if Nigeria ends up not qualifying,
congratulations.
I will support
the Super Eagles.
I will still support Super Eagles, but then again, my allegiance is going to move to any other African team that is going to be in the World Cup, just like what happened in 2022, where Morocco went to the semi-finals, and everybody were Africans at that point. Your country or not your country. So I think this is going to be
one Africa now. It's going to be one Africa.
No, it will always and has always been one Africa. But I would really love for Nigeria to qualify for 2026 World Cup, because for me, I think Osimhen Victor, if no other player deserves it.
He needs to play in the World Cup, bro.
He deserves to play.
He needs to show these people that he's good.
I've been to the World Cup, and I played with the senior team in the World Cup, so he deserves it actually.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Thank you very much, our wonderful viewers. We see your likes, we see your comments. Always support us on Sports Busstop. I want to thank our wonderful sponsors, Gas or our restaurant, and also thank the amazing Sports Talkative, and also thank myself. it's not a coincidence that today we are putting on the Super Eagles jersey. We
Yes,
are
of
rooting
course.
for the Super Eagles
Yes.
anytime, any day.
Always
For
a
now,
Nigerian.
we are going to say bye.